This is the Voiceover Gurus podcast, real talk about the voiceover industry, with your hosts, Linda Bruno and JJ Wilson.
Hello there, JJ. Welcome back to the podcast. How you doing?
Well, thank you. I'm doing very well. It's it's awesome to be here.
Oh, wow. So that's better than good.
Yes, it is pretty much better than good. Yeah.
The best ever.
I'd have to look at my thesaurus, but wait, the thesaurus. That's a hard word to say.
Thesaurus is very hard to say.
Yeah, try not to spit on the screen, Linda.
What's new?
Have you found that? I have to clean my screen like once a week, my reading screen where I keep the scripts because there's spitballs all over it.
You know what? No, my screen is a pretty good distance from my microphone. So
okay. I wouldn't be able to read mine if it was that far away.
I increased the size of the document.
Binoculars.
So I can see.
And then...
No,
okay, I got it.
It's a good distance, but we have a couple new things. We actually have a new class at the end of April 26th. We're going to be doing a script breakdown class. We talked about it in the last podcast and we were like, oh, we really should do this class. Guess what? We're doing it. We're actually doing it. And
so important.
Yeah. And it's during the day, which is going to be kind of weird for us.
I wish I could make it.
Yeah, you're gonna make it. We have there's 10 spots for it because we want it to be interactive and have, give people a chance to interact with us. But already I think 6 of the 10 are sold. So
then they better hurry up.
I know it's more than a month away too. So get on there and join us if you want to learn about script breakdown.
It'll be fun. It'll be very, very in-depth. And it's so important to know what you're saying in the script.
That's the thing. We all skip that part. We're like, I want to do voiceovers. I'm going to start talking.
Yes. Which leads me to haste.
Yes. Haste. What does haste mean? What does haste mean, JJ?
Well, to me, it means ew. Well, you and I were talking yesterday. We've been looking on the net, and there are 17,342,831 people teaching voiceovers.
Right.
10 of them are probably pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything against anybody who wants to study with more than one coach, more than one company.
Right.
This for that. And, you get your demos done with this person and you do this with this person. But you're getting like 10 different inputs. And I just hope that you're doing your homework and you're seeing credentials that make it worth it. If you go to somebody who's going to do your demo, who's never done a voiceover, but they just do demos, run.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this before where you have to check your credentials or the credentials of the coaches. But I mean, we do encourage you to get other opinions on your reads.
Absolutely. But just make sure they know what they're doing first.
But the thing is that, all of us have differing opinions, obviously. Right. And if you get too many differing opinions, then your demo might be a little hodgepodge because you've gotten direction from one coach and then maybe a year ago you got direction from another. So then you have those elements still sitting. I have a student, I will not mention his name because he does watch this and he'll probably kill me if I give his name out, but he goes to a different coach for something else, for speech. And while he is here with me, he has what that speech coach has told him because he works with her on a regular basis, like he works with me. Right. And so we kind of have to make that line and go, no. When you're here, you don't say the word like that, but it's in his brain from the other coach.
You can create bad habits with other coaches. You can create good habits with other coaches. But if we don't agree, and to me, again, the bottom line is, do they have a combined 70 years of experience? Do they have 2 people who've not had a regular job in 30 years because we've been able to make a living doing this? Do you have the Voicey Award winner for voices.com for best demo of the year doing your demo, And that was my demo. I won. I got the glass thing and I dropped it the first day I got it, broken a million little pieces. But just make sure the credentials are there.
But nothing about
And
I'm not dogging the fact that you won an award, but the bottom line is it doesn't really matter. You know, it's because the fact is you've still had to put in all this work.
exactly.
And if you didn't have the real world experience to back you up, it wouldn't matter how many awards you had because
Oh,
who's
no,
judging
exactly
you?
right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
It's like you can get all these, some establishment can tell you you're this and that, but does it matter to that single producer that you reached out to
Oh,
in,
no, they don't care.
Lubbock, Texas? They're not
Right.
going to care. You know, it's
Right.
about what you put in and day out. So,
Exactly. And we come from two eras of voiceovers. I
right.
was thinking about that this morning. We started when there were big giant machines and we got in our automobiles and drove there and had to be able to read a spot in 60 seconds without debreathing and without changing the time. And if you
My
didn't
first
read it, you
mobile
did
phone
it
was a
again.
brick phone, Did you have a brick phone?
Oh, yeah. One of the big ones. I
Yes.
thought I was so cool.
Me too.
I'd lean out the window and go, what? And, look at the girl next to me.
I would-
Yes.
I would be driving to Miami from Fort Myers. And at the time, you plug the power into the cigarette lighter,
Yeah.
and I had that phone. I'd be driving across Alligator Alley and I'd just be like, oh, I thought I was like the best thing going,
And then the bill came. It was $900.
But I felt cool for those few moments.
$1.47 a minute. God, I could have called a porn site for less than that. Anyway. But yeah, just be careful. That's all. Some coaches will say, no, absolutely don't do that. And then some coaches will say, well, if you don't do that, then it doesn't make any sense and you really should. And then you have to decide. It just clutters your mind.
I think that what I would like to say to wrap this little element up is I feel that if you are looking to make a demo, you need to find whoever makes you comfortable and you need to stick with them. And you need to focus solely on your purpose of, I am making this demo. I'm going to go by what this coach or coaches have advised me. And then, if you want to do a workout, like a specialty workout with another coach from a different company, by all means.
Sure. Absolutely.
But if you're hodgepodging it,
business, we're just trying to make it easier for you.
Right. If you're hodgepodging it and you're just like, oh, I'm going to get advice from this person and I'm going to make this demo. And now I'm going to go make a different demo with this person and all that. It's just, I don't know. It's just too much.
Yeah. Imagine going to school and having 5 math teachers who all teach differently. The same thing.
Right.
And the other thing that I wanted to mention that we were talking about yesterday is that don't forget this is a voiceover.
Right.
Don't get so involved and so worried about everything that you forget the bottom line. Your picture may be fantastic, your website looks great and everything, your demo is wonderful, but if they don't like the read on the audition, none of that matters.
Right.
Concentrate on the work and stop,
JJ, the work is hard.
I know that, but that doesn't mean to go take more classes. That
but why
just
not?
Means you're entering the business that we're in, that we told you up front is very difficult to get into, and it's very difficult to stay into because you have those dry periods, and it's like, oh my God, my phone's not working.
Well, I was just telling, we had our masterclass Q&A last night, and one of our students, Dave, who you talked about him last time. I was very honest with both of you, and I just said, what, here we are in March. And I was very slow in voiceover for January and February. And now I'm paying for it because my cash flow was a lot less this month because I didn't generate as much accounts receivable as I normally do. Now March picked up. So good. I'll be good for April. But here I am looking and going, okay, it's March 23rd. April 1st is coming. I'm going to get some of my money coming in. But these are the things that we have to deal with as freelancers, as voice talent. And you have to plan accordingly.
Yes, you have to live accordingly because, usually it's a month or two, if not more, to get paid.
Yeah.
And I am very fortunate that I've never missed a payment on a bill. I may have borrowed it from my neighbor, but I've never missed a payment on a bill. But there are times when you just go, oh my God. And then it's kind of weird, actually, that usually when you need it the most, you go out to the mailbox and there's a check there. And you go, oh, thank God.
Yeah, the energy you
Everything's
put
okay.
out.
You stop screaming at the dogs and the animals and your friends, and everything's okay again. It's
What
an impossible business.
what I find really fascinating is that, there are periods of time where if you've done really well, you have so much money sitting in the bank.
Oh, yeah.
And you're
And
like,
then it's
look
gone.
at my balance. And you're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, how I'm the same person and this is my same bank account, yet it's like 180 degrees different than it was this time 2 years ago. And that's the ups and the downs that come with it because you don't have that regular income coming in. And a lot of you listening to the podcast, you still have jobs, and kudos to you. You have to. You've got to balance both things before you can feel the confidence to let go and completely just dive off the cliff, literally dive off the cliff.
Yeah.
But it's always good to have that safety in your back pocket of a support system or something that you can pick up and do freelance that you're really good at. Maybe you're a photographer, maybe you do something else creatively. Because it's just amazing that even after all these years, here I am biting my nails going, it's when is April going to come?
Quiet, yeah.
When am I going to get paid for the jobs that I did?
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's not easy. Don't rush it. Don't overthink it. And if you get impatient, that should make you do more auditions, more cold calls.
Yeah.
Dave also mentioned that last night. I thought that was a great point. I was talking about some of the pay to plays, and he goes, they're okay. They're great for practicing. They're great for, for doing, on a daily basis, some of the auditions. You can, if you're really good, you're doing 1 in 50, something like that. Some people are doing better. Some people are doing worse. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but I've been booking more with the bigger agents than that. The pay
It's just
plays.
crazy.
But he said my best way is cold calling.
Yeah.
And I loved you said right after that somebody had told you that it's instead of this emptiness world we have, hi, how are you? Yes, you got this job, record it and send it, I'll pay you. There's nothing
Relationship.
there. Relationship, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it's more, and I told the story of my 35-year clients, and because we have a relationship together.
Right.
And a couple of them I've gotten on the platforms, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you said it's harder to fire somebody that you know and have worked with for 30 years. And I just thought that was great.
Yeah, it's actually a Brian Lee quote. And he said, it's harder to fire an actual person than it is a voice.
Right.
So, if you just continue to just be a number and you don't work on the subsequent relationship building, then you're always just going to be that number. And that's what Dave is focusing on now is the relationship building, which is smart.
Yep. And there's nothing worse than cold calls. There's just nothing.
Oh, God. But I think that
just hit me with a stick instead. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather beat myself as well.
Yes.
So I'm finding that the pattern is our students, they get their demo, they study with us. The next thing is they usually get on a pay to play, they get their practice in, maybe they book a job, and then they leave the pay to play and they focus solely on relationship marketing. And that seems to be the pattern.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Years ago, it was
keep taking classes.
Yeah, you know what? And if you want to learn a new aspect of your craft, fine. But I just want to make sure that you're also out there auditioning frequently and reaching out to clients, because otherwise you're waiting. You're waiting.
It's a different kind of learning when you're under pressure to do a real paying job.
Yeah.
You'll learn more in those. Well, it could be anywhere from 3 minutes to 5 hours
Mm-hmm.
and 800 takes. But
Right.
that's where you really learn.
Right.
And being able to work with the producers that are on the line. Some are wonderful. Some overthink it, some underthink it, some go, well, I don't know. Let me read it to you first.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great way to learn that way as well. I learn so much when I'm in sessions with people. So again, I just think the bottom line is concentrate on your craft and not if you should move one line of your website down 2 spaces.
Right.
Calling your web designer and going, well, and spending an afternoon on that. Screw that.
Mm-hmm.
In that time, you could have called 10 people, written or taken the time to write a nice cover letter, and think of something to do that's different.
Right.
On that cover letter. Like on mine, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the air before, but everybody lately on their website I've seen, Linda's happy clients.
Yeah.
got Coca-Cola and Spirit Airlines and this and that. It seems like everybody in the world who does voiceovers has done one for all of those same people. So what I did was I paid $70 for a picture of people like this. There's
Just
about
depressed.
6 people, and they're all just doing this, and it's on my website, JJ's Happy Clients, and it's a bunch of very unhappy people.
That's
And
fun.
then underneath that, my wife said, you ought to put something funny under there. And I went, how about, and my wife said, dear honey, I think you really need to change this picture. I love you, Janine. Just something different so that they
Right.
laugh or they go, oh, okay.
It stands out.
Yes, anything
Mhm.
that stands out.
Yeah.
I was going to put, me in a Speedo, but then I figured, well, I want to continue in this business, so I didn't do that. Yeah.
Well, we have
But
a
anyway,
question.
that's what I just wanted to say. That's all. Just, it's a hard business. No matter what you do, it's a hard business. No matter how long you've been doing it, it's a hard business.
But if you love it,
if you love it,
you'll
just
never
keep
work a
taking
day
it.
in your life.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So we have a question from a student.
Yes. Oh, cool.
right.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A student who will remain nameless.
Okay.
Okay. So, and this is a really good question, actually.
It really is.
It
I
is.
have a really good answer.
Okay, good. So I'm going to
Yes.
read this quick little question here.
Yes. That's my
First,
answer.
I got to read the nice stuff he said before. Always enjoy your podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, I had to say that. Thank you.
Of course.
I do have a question. It can be for the cast or not, but as you know, I've been working hard to get comfortable with the high energy read. However, the hard sell, really high energy read seems to be non-existent in the ads that I've been seeing and hearing. Is it really dead, or is it just my area, New York? And if so, should I pursue working on it in case it comes back, or focus on what is currently the norm? What do you think, JJ?
I think that he is correct. The hard sell spots seem to be dying off.
Mm-hmm.
The car business is changing drastically. I just was on the phone with an advertising agency an hour ago discussing the fact that they've gone from, 300-400 radio spots a month to 10.
Yeah.
Because there are no cars to be bought, and people are buying the used cars at more than they originally were at sticker priced 4 years ago. And it's a different approach they're going to start taking soon to advertising, and it seems to be it's more calm. And I said, it might be fun to just start introducing people to the new way of car buying, and be very honest and be very, to talk to everybody out there. Everybody of every faith and every gender and everything. This is the way we got to do it now.
Right.
While the time is right. So, but there are those instances where they want that upsell. I've got an account where that's all I do is pretty upsell. Yes. So I would get good at them. And if you were going to put together a demo, I might put one screamer on there. I would do a mid screamer. And I would do more conversational than you could possibly imagine. Hey, there's a new way to buy a car.
Yeah, you're showing your range.
Come on in the store.
Yeah.
And we'll show you how it's done. Yes, you're going to have to pre-order, but it's got to be just so one-on-one to talk to everybody out there.
Yeah.
So I would show a range from that. Absolutely, you're my best friend, and I'm really sorry you have to do this, but this is the way it is now. To we still have the cars. Some people have the cars. We have used cars at great prices.
Yeah.
So show it all. Get good at it all, because it might come back. Who knows? Right. Exactly. But for now, I think he's exactly right. I think the middle of the road is where you need to be right now. Get that middle of the road car spots. Get that little yeah.
Wow, great.
Humor. Yeah.
So you're not saying it's really dead at this point. It's just right now, it's just not part of the advertising stream.
No, because they use the hard sell to, people always say, I always turn those loud ones off. And I go, well, no, you don't. Not if you're in the market for a car, because that's where you hear the best deals.
But
And
right
we
now,
must
at this
scream the
point,
prices. Right. There's no prices to scream because there's no cars to
there's
sell.
no cars, right?
So there's no reason to yell.
And there's really no other hard sell market. Like you scream furniture.
Furniture.
But even furniture's on back order. So
yes. Oh my God.
There's not a lot of appliance.
We'll get you a queen bed in September.
Yeah. So I guess a student, put it on hold. it's one of those things. And you say, you know what, maybe like he's saying, you just create a new demo that has more range where you can show that one-on-one side. And then you can show that you can also amp it up. So, in my opinion, it's always good to know how to do it.
Exactly. It's something that you need in your repertoire. And don't be afraid to throw a character read in there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on down to Darren's car sales, whatever, just to show them that you have the ability to stretch like that.
Right.
And yeah, I would go the full gamut from extreme soft to one hard sell that won't kill them.
Mm-hmm.
But which, I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now after shopping to buy a car. And I'm going to change my demo because most of it is hard sell.
Yes,
And
you've got to
I'm going
mix
to take
it up.
off everything but one.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have soft sell on there. I have the warm and friendly, the family, like your demo. Your demo really stands out.
It's got
because
that
it
mix.
doesn't have this. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one high energy on there.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Mm-hmm. Just
Before
one to
it was
showcase.
How can you go?
Right.
It used to be the way to do a car demo. Can you scream louder? I remember, God, I was in a session. This must have been 1984. No, 87 with Randy Bird at Lanali Sound. And I was working with the producer who had the Chevy account. Nicest guy. He passed away, but he was standing there and he said, this is going to be the hardest sell spot you've ever done in your life.
He warned you.
Oh, man. And we'll get you any car, anything. And I mean, he said more. And he said, I want you to scream like you're just about to cry. And that's the way we used to do them. I mean, it was sick. And the producers would be standing right here on the other side of the microphone. More. And I'm going, okay. I'm glad times have changed a little bit. But yeah, I would show range.
I'm hoping that people that can see the video of this because your expressions. That's what's making this so funny.
A blowtorch would be right here. I want more from you. Okay.
Well, I guess in a way it's kind of good that that's kind of gone away a bit right now.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
it is. But yeah, that's what I would do.
Reduce your stress.
That's what I'm going to do, as a matter of fact. I'm glad you brought it up.
There you go.
No Name.
Mr. No Name. We will not refer to your name. We will be polite and refer. Yes. So here's a question for you.
Yes.
I see you when we do the podcasts and the workouts.
I'm much taller, Linda. I really
is that how you normally dress when nobody sees you?
Yeah.
So you wear like button-down shirts and sweaters and I'm
always cold.
Okay. So you always dress.
I'm not cold now. As a matter of fact, right before our podcast, I called the AC guy and the electrician because I don't have a plug in this walk-in closet.
Oh.
So the plugs are going out into the bedroom, over through the bathroom, and up to the kitchen, and then I got it plugged in.
Okay.
So I said, I need an outlet and I need a vent put in my studio before next week.
Mm-hmm.
Because with all the equipment in here, it gets rather warm. But yeah, I usually wear, And if I'm in, doing a session with people on Skype or something, I'll put on, I like this shirt though.
What if it's a day that you're not going to see anybody?
Oh yeah. I always get, yes.
You always look nice.
Thank you. I always try to put on something, because people stop by and, so yeah.
I do not.
I'm not wearing any pants, but
I have to say that I do not. I make an effort if I know a student is coming in or if I have to do the podcast and be on video. But if I'm like, I don't have, and I'm like, my schedule's a little clear and I know I'm just going to be doing voice work and maybe working on stuff for for Voiceover Gurus. I look like I'm going to the gym here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Well, the thing is, I don't want to dress like that for students. I don't want it to appear that I don't care. Yeah. But the fact is voice talent. If nobody's seeing you, you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah. Just don't wear your pajamas. You've got to make it like it's a job and get up and get
has
dressed.
To be a job.
I usually put on my eyeshadow before I come in. And, so.
You really make an effort.
I do. The heels kill me. I'm glad I sit down to do all my work. That's why I'm taller than you think.
Gotcha. So we're at the end of March and already our April workout.
That's not possible. It was just November.
I know. Crazy. But our April workouts are posted. People are starting to book. So make sure you head over to the site because you can join us. And we do have a few spots left for that breakdown script class. It's going to be 2.5 hours long. So it is a significant amount of time from 1 p.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern on April 26th, which is a Tuesday. And, we also are going to record the class. So if you're not able to make it, you can watch it afterwards.
Very good.
For those of you that are busy, but sign up and join us. Oh, we talked about this last night briefly, that we have our own merchandise on our website now. Little
Tequila
voiceover
shot glasses?
No, a little Voiceover Gurus water bottle that I'm getting mine in a couple days. T-shirts and hats. If you're like, oh, I want to buy some merch.
How about bike shorts?
Bike shorts, they do carry them.
Oh,
I just don't have them.
They carry me.
But the last mock audition workout, I gave away free Voiceover Gurus T-shirts for the winners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We had some good reads the other night. That was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Nothing gives away more that you are an amateur than not understanding the copy.
Right.
As soon as the producer hears your audition and it doesn't make sense because you didn't see that two things tied together, one at the beginning, one at the end, they're going to go, no, I don't have to explain this. That should be a given.
I think a lot of people too don't realize how much goes into copywriting.
Every word in a spot is a story unto itself.
There you go.
It really is. And you just have to tie the story together and yeah.
When you start to break it down, it's always that aha moment of,
God, I didn't even realize
that's what they meant. Right. Yes. And that, think about also, because I love to do relatables. What do you think is happening right now in our world? What do you think they're trying to connect to? And these are all the things we're going to talk about in the script breakdown class to help you, maybe get a few tricks under your sleeve of how to read the copy and get there faster, and understand it quicker that way. All right. And then all you have to do is focus on your performance.
Some people just miss it. I've missed quite a few in my day, but I remember getting a call from my daughter many, many years ago. And she called me up. She said, "Daddy, every kiss begins with K." And I went, "Yeah." She goes, "Now I get it." And I'm going, "Oh my God."
Why, she was just thinking about it randomly.
The letter K. And I went, "No, it's K Jewelers." Oh dear. Yeah.
A little double entendre there.
Yes. And one day I asked her what kind of soup we had. And she was, 6. She said, "We got split pea, vegetable beef, and minestrone." Minestrone. So that's what we call that soup now.
Minestrone soup. Yep. All right.
Yep. But please, if you can make that in-depth getting to the bottom of the copy class, it's going to be the best thing you can possibly learn. Forget everything else.
Yeah.
Because everything else will follow that. If you know what's going on, it's funny how your voice just follows it.
If it goes well, we'll wind up offering
much direction if you can learn to do that really well.
Yeah. If it goes really well, we'll wind up probably offering it a few times a year.
Yeah.
As a specialty thing that folks can sign up for, because you can't go wrong understanding the scripts. No. And we're going to bring a variety of scripts of things that way that you can dive into different types, different genres, different styles. So
the first one's going to be member FDIC. Now we're going to spend an hour on that.
Like almost 50% of the class on that one.
What do you feel when you say mem? Well, can we go to Burr? I don't know the mem question. But yeah, we really it's really, like I said, if you learn to do this really, really well, you will always need very little direction because your voice and your brain will follow what the story is that you know.
Yep, exactly.
And it will make it sound like you know what you're talking about, and therefore I will believe you, and everybody will be happy.
And everybody will believe you.
It's not easy to do, but it's easy to practice and easy to learn.
Book the job that way.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Exactly. So.
Well, thank you for joining us again, JJ Wilson. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got some good podcast interviews coming up in the next month or so. So we're going to mix it up. It won't just be JJ and I talking.
That's right. We're going to be.
Someone else is going to be talking about interesting things related to voiceover. But more information, head over to voiceover.guru. You can find out about us and our history and what we are all about in regards to our mission statements of why we coach in the first place, which is very, very important to us. So just head to voiceover.guru, and please do not feel like, you cannot take a workout with us. We love new people. We love new people.
We've never had a person who's never read a script before die.
Yeah, exactly.
And as a matter of fact, most of them did quite well.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was amazing. The one person.
I got early on the April, posting the April workouts just because I was trying to get ahead of everything. And good thing I did, because people were already asking mid-March about April. So now we have to start looking at May, of the dates and start getting things organized. But anyway, join us for a workout, and thanks for listening.
Please
What's that?
do.
Yes. And hopefully we'll see you guys all soon.
I hope so.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Voiceover Gurus podcast. Real talk about the voiceover industry. Learn more about us and get coaching at voiceover.guru.